In 2011, which is already 6 years ago, Edmonton had around 450,785 homes. With an average of 2,013 square feet per house, that leads to a big number. Edmonton won its first Stanley Cup in 1983. In 1983, Edmonton's population was 506,085. Edmonton's municipal population now is sitting around 899,447. That's a 339,362 person increase. We sprawled, and we keep sprawling. By the time we win the Stanley Cup next year, who knows how big we'll be. But as Edmonton gets bigger, our commutes get longer, and thus one piece of power our emissions can continue to rise, let alone the cost of getting power, parking lots, and even water to these new communities. There's this little-known idea. It's just starting to get some buzz. It's called global warming.
Wisconsin, how do you explain climate change before man ever had a carbon?
The United States of America not only recognizes our role in creating this problem, we embrace our responsibility to do something about it.
This is bad.
How do you explain
The statement that you
change?
just made is blatantly false.
Now we cut down our emissions through what we drive, where we live, eat, how we recycle. The list goes on. We all have the responsibility in this. Even the city of Edmonton is making some pretty big waves. It is currently building the 13-kilometer Valley Line segment from downtown to Millwoods. Once complete, it is expected to reduce greenhouse gases by 30,000 tons, which is the equivalent of removing 6,000 vehicles from the road. We have skinny homes, tiny homes, and even tiny apartments. So in Edmonton, if you wanted to live with a low carbon footprint, you easily could, but people aren't.
So in general, adoption of a low carbon lifestyle means a behavioral change, and just human nature is one that we don't necessarily like change, especially when it could be a little bit inconvenient, it could be a little bit difficult, or we perceive it to be that. And I think sometimes we become paralyzed as human beings by the problem is just so big. What could I do? What possibly difference could it make? And that's that tragedy of the commons that we hear, if some other person will do it, and the reality is that nobody does it and nothing happens, or worst case scenario, bad things happen because we all continue down the path that we're on.
There's definitely people out there that can't see EVs as an option, be it the distances that we drive, which is a fact of life. But then there's also the concern that it might hinder our economy and put people out of work. It's a foreign concept to them. Gasoline engine cars are commonplace. People have grown up with them. They've been passed down from generation to generation. Dads have worked on cars with kids, so on and so forth. So it's a very ingrained technology, a very ingrained product. EVs are a foreign concept to a lot of people. So you have to help these people understand that it's not a scary foreign concept, and it's certainly a concept or a product that can work for them.
I think if you look at the history of the prairie provinces in general, we are predicated on wide open spaces. So the idea is to create livable, comfortable suites that don't feel like they're 330, 400 square feet in size. It is something that this more dense, compact, less, living, it is new. It's a shift. It's a shift in mindsets. It's a shift in learning to live with less. But it's something that I think over time it will become more commonly accepted.
I feel like, younger people are in a good position. They understand what their peers are thinking about, what appeals to them in terms of getting that change to happen. And so I would really encourage you to think about what it is that appeals to you. What is it that I would convince me, and maybe develop a campaign that makes sense from that perspective. I think that there's always a way to bring it back to why this matters to them in their life, and think about that angle.
That's where you come in. You, oh faithful, bright student of the future, are being challenged to find out a way to market a low-carbon lifestyle. This is Edmonton. We like our trucks. We like our space. But why aren't people buying electric vehicles? And why aren't people downsizing? Everyone knows they need to do something, but nobody wants to do anything. We need you to market the low-carbon lifestyle to your fellow backyard, big truck driving Edmontonians. Because this is our city, this is our planet, and we need your marketing help.